Hello, this is Brighton TV and this is the match preview for Brighton vs Spurs. And last week versus Sheffield United restricted us so well. We didn't have many chances and they pressed us really well in the midfield and they ended up scoring on the counter-attack and a really poor Webster error, and he made it again later on in the game, and they didn't actually capitalise on that, and that was really lucky for us. But I think Webster will be dropped, and because of errors like that. And for Webster, he plays really well in a back three, but when it's a back four, he doesn't play as well. He struggles on the ball, so I think Webster will be dropped because Potter, I don't think he'll change to a back three. So if it is a back four, I don't think there's any chance of Webster starting. And then, as Graham Potter said, it was a 0-0 game, but they ended up scoring from one error we made. And that is true. Their chances in that game was so little, but they ended up scoring because of an error. And that's what happens in the Premier League. You need to make sure you're concentrated for 90 minutes. And that's what we just messed up on. Webster did a poor header to Dunk, and that's where Sheffield United capitalised on. Hopefully we won't make a similar mistake for this game. Last time we played, Tottenham was at the Amex and we won 3-0. What a day it was for us. We ended up playing really well. We capitalised on their weaknesses. We used the formation which we've never seen us use. And then it seems like Potter's been sticking to it for a while now, and I don't blame him. It worked really well versus Tottenham, and we ended up creating so many chances. So I think we will play a similar way versus them now as we did last time we played them. And it is a lot of difference since the last time we've played at White Hart Lane, since last season when we played them. We just sat back for 90 minutes trying to make sure we don't concede. And what we did with our game plan, we did it really well for about 89 minutes. But then they ended up scoring outside the box because they do have the players to do that. They have the ability to go and shoot outside the box, and it will go in quite a few times. That's why I think sitting back is a really poor tactic, especially against teams like Spurs, since they have the ability to shoot outside the box and score. And Son is suspended for this game, which is good for us because under Mourinho, he's been so key for them. So since he's suspended, they'll make their attack less of a threat. And what's happening now in this winter period is there's so many games. There's 3 games in 7 days. So I think there will be a few squad rotations. I can see 4 or 5 changes from this game to the Bournemouth game, because there's Boxing Day game for Tottenham, 1 day gap, and then Bournemouth game on the 28th. So that will be hard for the players. So I think there will be some changes, and I think players out of favour, players like Alzate and Basuma, them types of players will end up getting more chances, more minutes on the field. And that's why I think they'll try and capitalise on that and trying to impress Potter. And how we've been playing well, and then one week really well, the other week really poor. Hopefully now it will be a really good one. But also the reason why we thought we played really poor was because the other team was defending really well, and that's why I think we have a better chance of playing well versus Tottenham, because they're not going to defend that deeply at home. They're going to attack more, which will make the game a lot more open, which will help us try and exploit their weaknesses at the back against pace. So if we end up using our fast players, it might make us get more chances of scoring, which ends up, of course, giving us more chance of winning the game. And the lineup that I think should play, and Ryan in goal. Recently he's been playing well. Of course, versus Sheffield United he did make an error which ended up leading to a goal, but then VAR ruled it out for offside. But then other than that, he's been really well, and for what we want him to do, he's one of the best keepers we want. I've seen some people recently saying, oh, we should get a replacement keeper. But there's not many keepers in the league who distribute the ball as well as Ryan. The only one who really competes with Ryan, who has similar stats to Ryan, is Kasper Schmeichel. Both of them really comfortable on the ball. They know how to use the ball at their feet. So that's why I think you can't get too many better goalies than Ryan at what Potter wants to do. So that's why Ryan's place is solidified. And then it will be a back four. I can't see Potter changing it. If he does, it could work out. It might not. We'll just have to wait and see. And I think Lewis Dunk, he's one of the few outfield players who I think will play all 3 games in this period, because he's our captain, and when we were without him, we were just unorganised. We didn't have a leader in the squad. So that's why I think Lewis Dunk will play all 3 games. And then next to partnering Lewis Dunk, I think will be Dan Burn, because of course I said Webster will be dropped, and that probably is the case. But Shane Duffy in a back four, he's not too comfortable on the ball, and that's not what Potter likes. But Dan Burn is comfortable on the ball. So I think Dan Burn alongside Lewis Dunk could end up working miracles for us. So I think it will be Dan Burn and Lewis Dunk making the 2 centre-backs. And the fullbacks, I think, will be Bernardo and Martin Montoya. Bernardo hasn't featured recently, and that's because of an injury. But with Lucas Moura, he's so quick, and I don't know whether Dan Burn would be able to cope as left back. So I think Bernardo should play him there, and I think we might be able to get something out of this game. And then you have Martin Montoya, who's great at attacking. He can defend as well, and he just when we have a lot of the ball, he ends up making some runs which can exploit teams, since they don't always track him. And then when he gets in behind, he can just cross it, which is a massive threat. So I think that's why Montoya will play. And then the midfield, I think Stevens and Alzate. Stevens, recently he's been playing well, and I know some people said, versus Sheffield United he played poor, but the fact is Sheffield United made our whole team look poor. Nobody really stood out for me. So, but then you just need to look to his last game he started other than Sheffield United. That was Wolves, and he absolutely dominated the midfield. So I think Stevens should play. And also, with him playing with Alzate, them two partnered each other, and they played really well versus Tottenham when we played them last time. So I think them two will be really key. Alzate, great player when we're under pressure. He gets the ball, he dribbles, and he ends up passing when he knows when to do. And that's the one key difference that I see between Alzate and Bissouma. Bissouma, he's a good player, but his decision makings at times is really poor. And that's why I think Alzate, in my opinion, is a better player. He doesn't have the speed, but what Alzate does when he dribbles past people, he knows when to pass it. And I remember Bissouma ended up dribbling from like one side of the pitch to the other versus Sheffield United, but he didn't really do anything with the ball. He just took it from the left hand side to the right hand side and just passed it, but it wasn't a great pass, and that was it. It was just, he was trying to find an opportunity, but he couldn't because of how well Sheffield United defended. But I think Alzate will be better since his dribbling is really good. So Alzate to partner Stevens. And then I think we'll play with 2 number 10s like we've been playing recently. Gross and Moy versus Tottenham when we played them. They were really good. They create so many chances. And just recently, them two are so good. They create so many chances. They know when to pass the ball to the strikers. And they link midfield to attack really, really well. So I think them two will play. And then I think the part 2 up front should be Malpai and Connolly. Them two are really fast players, and both of them scored versus Spurs last time. And they're just, as I said, really fast forwards, and I think they can go and exploit Spurs' weaknesses. With sometimes fast players, they do struggle a bit versus them. So hopefully we can exploit that, and not only that, it will make us be a bigger threat on the counter-attack, since then Spurs will end up having to keep players behind because they will be scared of the threat that Connolly and Malpai will possess with their speed. So they'll play slightly less attacking due to the fact with our fast strikers. And my score prediction for this match, I don't think we will win, simply because Mourinho's transformed Spurs. He's made them play really well, and he hasn't lost the Boxing Day match yet. So that's why I think we will get a draw. I think it will be Aaron Connolly to score for us. I think it will be 1-1, Connolly to score. And for Tottenham, I think Harry Kane will score. He's such a threat, and we'll have to try and stop him from scoring, but he's a goal machine. It's really hard to stop someone like Harry Kane. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Brighton TV and follow us on Instagram.